What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, Whispers of the Wall just came out like 5 minutes ago, and here we are with the patch notes. We're going over all the new stuff in Whispers in the Wall that's in these patch notes, and also what you can basically expect as a Warframe player hopping in. Cross-save was delayed till tomorrow, but yeah, we do have the update here today. So we'll be getting all the Sevagoth Deluxe bundles and all that stuff, showing you guys how this looks in-game. And yeah, just going over the patch notes, because there's like about 55 pages of patch notes to go over. Before we get to though, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. And yeah, we'll be doing probably more than daily uploads going forward with this new update. So let's go ahead and buy this new stuff right now. Alright, so starting off with the patch notes, we have the Whispers in the Wall patch notes. Let's first look at Korvax and his new passive. So we should have an empty mod slot here. Alright, so Korvax got a new passive. This is the newest frame that just came out today. And yeah, I don't know anything about him really besides that he looks kind of goofy. So as far as his abilities, his new passive is he has 3 meters of punch through on weapons built in. First ability is a radiation pillar. Actually, let's look what this stuff scales with too, really quick. I mean, before we hop into these 55 pages of patch notes, we got the newest thing right here. Throw on a strength mod. Let's see what it scales with. Okay, so strength mod gives him more damage on his 1. A lot of stuff on his 2. So there's a damage vulnerability on his 2. It's a grouping ability. His third ability, the amount of stacks you get of status immunity will also go up. And also does some area damage too, apparently. And then also the damage per second of his laser beam on his 4th is also affected by strength. So you got some stuff on here to mess with for sure. I'll have a build out on him like a day or two. But yeah, looks like everything is a-okay. Explosion radius going up with range too. These are things I like to see on these new frames. So yeah, good start off on him. Base stats are looking pretty decent too. 875 base armor, 600 base health on that new frame Korvax. So let's get right into it. Let's start with these patch notes. We have about 55 pages to go over, like I said. And yeah, sitting around waiting, going to be reading these patch notes. So let's go over. I'm not going to read every little thing. If there's something that was explained in detail in a previous dev workshop, we'll be going over that. We'll skip over that. I'll give you like a brief overview of it. All right. Hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. All right. Update 35, Whispers in the Wall, is available now. Update sizes are kind of big on Switch. You have to read out and love the entire game. Here's your table of contents. So as you can see, I'm not going to be going over every little thing because we'd be here all day. I'm going over all that. But there's a lot of new mods and stuff. So reminder, there is a Sevagoth alert that starts today. I think it goes for like a week. That's because the Twitch drop for Sevagoth glitched out for a lot of people, and they didn't get a free Sevagoth. It's also an alert for the Epitaph as well. Epitaph and a Sevagoth. Cross-save does begin tomorrow. They want to make sure the update is actually stable today, guys, before they release this. So if you want to have their FAQ on the cross-save and all that, that is to be updated, apparently. So they also have the account management on your account on the website will show you if you're viable for cross-save yet. There is going to be plenty of stuff you can look at here. Cross-platform trading and gifting. To trade with your friends, fellow platform, you have to make sure you have cross-platform save or PC account and have cross-platform play enabled. So, yeah, PC accounts will automatically trade with players on other platforms, provided they have the cross-platform play enabled in their settings, and the non-PC players also have cross-platform save account. So it sounds like unless you have a cross-platform save account, you can't do cross-platform trading yet. But, you know, like I said, that will be rolled out pretty quickly, hopefully. New cinematic quest. I will be playing this live on stream. If you want to come stop by and check it out, I will have emote-only chat on so nobody spoils it. So if you have a spoiler-free experience, I'll probably upload it to the YouTube as well at some point, too. But yeah, new quest, prerequisites, Heart of Deimos, and the new war. So Veilbreaker is not required, surprisingly. They have removed mastery rank requirements from quests, so you can just jump in there at any mastery rank, as long as you have the prerequisites completed. Here's some quest rewards. So if you complete the new quest, you will get the new Korvax WARFRAME's blueprint to show his abilities. You also get the new Grimoire weapon type. You'll get that fully maxed out, and a weapon slot, and an Auric Catalyst. Not bad. You also get the melee upgrade segments, with more information on the new heavy attack Tennokai system, Mentor's Legacy mod, which apparently is a Tennokai mod, I'm guessing, melee arcane adapter, and you'll get access to the new Syndicate Kavia, and the Sanctum Anatomica hub on Deimos, and access to the new Deimos nodes and mission types. So yeah, if you beat the quest, you'll get access to the bounties, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The new Gargoyles Cry event will be here on December 18th, so you got like 5 days till it comes out. This will require you to have a clan, so keep that in mind. It will be available 11 a.m. ET on December 18th, so I'll be live for that one immediately when it comes out. This will be how we get that community-wide Signa. And requirements on to prepare for it, like to complete the Wish of the Wall. You have to beat the new quest, you have to beat a clan key. There will be a new clan dojo room, it looks like, too. It looks really cool. So yeah, keep that in mind. You have to build a new dojo room for this as well. Dojo Architect builder role. So hopefully you have room in your dojo for that. New tile set, Albrecht's Laboratories. This will be part of it's like the back rooms, basically, of Deimos. Now, there's a new enemy faction, the Murmur. The new Bane mod is the Bane of the Murmur, by the way, guys. We did take a look at that. Let's go ahead and show that in-game, actually, with my goofy-looking Corvex. Oh, Corvex has a custom jump animation. That's cool. Or custom roll animation. So there's a new mod. There's Murmur Bane mods. Yep. So we got Bane, Cleanse, and Expel. So I guess there's no melee one. Unless there's no Smite mod for Murmur, it looks like. Maybe they forgot that, or maybe it's just intentionally not there. Okay, well, that's good to know. Either way, there's a lot of new mods in there, too. Okay, so, yeah, no melee Bane mod for the Murmur. Fragmented ones, okay, severed war. So these are the new types of enemies here. The Hollow Vein, the Shuffling Fragment. We will find out about this stuff in-game. There's these new rogue Necromech enemies, too. So it looks like there's like 3 different Necromech enemies. Tile set gameplay features, there will be a summon personal Necromech. So you have to unlock being able to use the Necromech in this mission. They did tell us that on stream. Insert the incorrect sequence will increase corruption levels, which risk failing in hacking attempts. Correct matching and display sequence will reward you by delivering your personal Necromech and your squads to nearby dispensaries. Oh, that's cool. So this is how you're going to unlock your Necromech mid-mission, doing a little cipher in it. That's cool. Tile set collectibles. There'll be collectibles in there. Okay, Vaca. I'm assuming this is a Void Plume kind of thing. If you ever did a Zeramon bounty, it's like, okay, go and find those Void Plumes in the environment. I'm assuming this is a Void Plume. So high-level ones, mid-level ones, low-level ones. They'll give you rep. Volcas can be earned as a reward in Kavia bounties, drop tables, and can be turned and found throughout Albrecht's laboratory, similar to Syndicate medallions. So yeah, it's the Syndicate medallions right here. They emit a distinct sound when you're near them, so you keep your eyes and ears open as you explore every nook and cranny. So bring your Zaku with 4th ability max range, basically. Okay, new resources. So there's looks like at least 3 new resources right here: Stella, Necrocoil, and Entradi Obols. So there probably has to be more resources too. But that's the 3 that they have right there. New Demos expansion mission types. Okay, so here's a new weekly, guys. Now, they have apparently balanced this around 4-player squads. They say it's supposed to be really hard. So your new weekly is called Netra Cells. Secured hazardous key glyphs only found in the Anchoroid. They contain highly sought-after valuables and can only be opened by using the correct key glyph. The key glyphs were designed by Albrecht and tried to open his secretive Netra Cells. Each one imposes a heavy burden on its carrier and added security measure to give Albrecht's laboratories. It's basically a decaying Dragon Key Vault. So these will be weekly. So it's intended to be very challenging, in their words right here. And specifically tuned for full squads. That means play Revenant, basically. Be sure to prepare accordingly. The following restrictions apply to all Netra Cell missions. Empowered enemies. Enemies' health and shields increased by 100%, an additional 50% for each squad member, stacking up to a 300% maximum. This is also increased chance of Xmas. So, damage problems, I guess? Not really. Respawns. No self-revive. Last gas penalty. Reduce the timer by 2 seconds. And the bleed-out timer shortens after each revive to a minimum of 5 seconds. So you can't self-revive yourself, and the bleed-out timer is reduced after each revive. Interesting. Consumables. Summons are disabled for the entire duration of the mission. All types of restorables have a 3-minute cooldown timer applied. So no elite on-call to cheese the whole thing for you. And access these new weeklies. A specific member of the Kavia Syndicate knows how to enter the Anchoroid. Visit them and select Enter the Anchoroid option to begin the hunt for a Netra Cell. A maximum of 5 Netra Cells can be found and unlocked per week. Resets at weekly reset. You can still play the mission after you have completed it, but you will not receive any rewards. Okay, so that sounds like it won't really be weekly resets. So I'll remind you guys on weekly reset videos, but this is not going to be like a RNG thing. The debuffs might be RNG though. Lose 2 health while moving. Jumping pauses the effect. That's like one of the effects we have here. Okay, that's not too bad. Obviously, that sounds counterable for sure. Only 2 health per second, really? Should be 5 health per second. Okay, randomized key glyphs. Each imposes their own debilitating burden upon the wearer. Hopefully, it's not cheesy enough for us re-rolling for the easiest ones here, but it might end up happening. There is no limit to how many key glyphs one person can hold. Coordinate with your squad to carry each type before regaining the mission, so you can just hold all 4 of them solo, technically. The rewards from these missions will be melee arcanes, melee arcane adapters, Archon shards, base and Tau Forge. But keep in mind, only the red, blue, and yellow ones drop from the Netra Cells. The new Archon shard types are only available via the fusion. And there's also some guaranteed Entradi Lanthorns people that don't know how to farm those. Another new mode here, Alchemy. Okay, so this would be like combining the elements, basically. How to access it, select the node in the Deimos. There's also a Steel Path version, obviously. How to play crucibles within a laboratory are capable of mixing complex elements, provided you can supply the element forces required. So basically, go out, kill enemies, bring the stuff back, and then fill up this little juice thing in the back. Once you've filled it with enough juice, the crucible will begin its mixture process, in a random crucible overflow buff will be applied to the squad for the duration of the mix. Okay, so a little bit of disruption in there. The rewards for this will be new Tennokai mods and the Mandanel components. That is the Arcwing gun of Corvex. New assassination, the Fragmented One. Okay, Nightmarish Murmur boss. How to access this? You can just go. This will be what Gargoyle's Cry is, by the way, fighting this guy. The reward from fighting the boss will be Ready Steel, which is a new mod, Shivering Contagion, and just some new mods, basically. Some new melee arcanes as well. We'll read what those do down below. Now, there is a new Mirror Defense node, unfortunately, and you're not going to like what drops from this. So there's a new Mirror Defense mode on Deimos, but the thing that drops here is very important. The new Tome mods drop from here, so get prepared to pick up those gems. I hate Mirror Defense, but they're making me play it, so yikes. There's also a new Survival Endless node, but unfortunately the only thing that drops from here is the new parts for the Arcwing gun, so yeah. You can view the official drop tables later, but looks like not much is going on here, just a survival node. There's an Exterminate node too, probably just for bounties to go quickly. That'll be one of the best places to farm rep. New Syndicate the Cavia. Now let's start going over some of this new stuff. There's enough reading about like little gameplay features. Here's all the stuff that will be at the wares of the Syndicate though. So you can get your Corvex blueprints and stuff. You can get your everything here basically. Grimoire blueprint too if you deleted it, I guess. Melee Arcanes. So let's read what some of these Melee Arcanes do. There's also an Arcane Dissolver, Invoca Vendor, and stuff like that. There's also a Netracell Guide down there too. It's pretty nice. So as far as the new bounties, you're going to have these items dropping from bounties. So credits, Endo, blah, 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 new resources. Vaca, which is the Void Shell, or the Void Plume things. They're just going to be basically farming rep, basically. We're not going to read about Corvex's abilities because we just showed Corvex's abilities. Tome skins for the new Spellbook mod look really cool. Now here are the new Tome mods. Now here are something that you're going to want really bad, but it's going to come from Mirror Defense, so it's going to not be fun. So looking at what some of these do, so there's going to be one for each of the Loke words, or they're called the Void words. So for example, Loke Canticle right here. Killing enemies grants allies within affinity range plus 3% fire rate for 15 seconds. It will be a utility weapon, so it's throwing this on there. I'm guessing you can put more than one of these Tome mods on there at a time, but they will be giving buffs to your teammates. Alternate fire increases ability efficiency for 4% by 4% for 20 seconds for each enemy hit, stacked up to 15 times. So that would be a lot of efficiency right there. So that's interesting. But I'm reading what all these do. The wrist one will give you increased ability duration, stacking up to 20 times or 15 times. The Zata one will give you built-in energy regeneration, stacking up to 10 times. The Vom one will give you ability strength, 4%, stacking up to 15 times. So that's 60% ability strength right there from the Vom invocation. That one will be big money, likely, the Vom one. Netra gives you increased efficiency. The Foss candidate gives you allies affinity range, increased shield recharge rate, and reduced recharge delay. That's pretty decent. Foss giving recharge delay. The Kra one gives a chance to drop a universal health orb on death when you kill an enemy, so that's okay, I guess. Jahu is going to make it where you get enemies reduced armor and shields. But killing enemies reduces the armor and shields of other enemies by 5%. Oh, only 5% though? That sounded cool until you read the last number. Loke is going to make it increased fire rate. We already read that one. And that's how you're going to get those rotation C on Mirror Defense. Yikes. But you can also buy, apparently you can buy the Essential Tome Mod bundle after you completed the Whispers in the Wall quest. So you can just, I'm going to probably just buy this. I do not want to farm Mirror Defense, but if you want Plat, go farm Mirror Defense, basically. The new one, not the old one. The old one's actually pretty good for Plat, too, though. We got a lot of new mods to let's start reading, all right? Hope you got your ears ready for some new mods. I'm going to read them all off. All right, a new one, Energy Nexus. Warframes receive plus energy regen per second. 3 energy regen per second for Energy Nexus. Nice. There's a new mod. New mod, Precision Intensity. Plus 90% ability power strength on your 4th ability. Oh, dang. So only for your 4th. But that would mean, technically, what I'm understanding here, if you were to put a Helmuth ability on your 4th slot, like if you put Roar on your 4th slot on your Wisp build or whatever, that would mean that your Roar is technically your 4th. You get a ton of extra power strength on that Helmuth ability. So interesting stuff there. I will definitely be looking to get Precision Intensify at some point. We got Ready Steel. This one, I believe, is going to be something you can farm. Squad begins the mission with plus 24 initial combo. Wow, that's an aura mod. You could 4x stack that. That would be almost 100 combo hits just from existing. Wow. Shivering Contagion for primaries. Enemies affected by cold have a 30% chance to spread that status effect to other enemies within 6 meters. Weird. That takes up one of your damage slots, and 6 meters is not that large, but interesting. We've got the Radiation 60-40 mod, the new radiation mods. It looks like it's only radiation. There's no viral one on here, no corrosive one on here. So for rifles, 60% radiation damage and 40% reload speed. So it does not give fire rate like the pistol one does. You get reload speed on a rifle instead. And for the shotgun, atomic fallout, plus 60% radiation damage, plus 60% magazine capacity. Okay? That might actually get used in the Fel Arcs for me. Accelerated isotope for pistols, increased radiation damage and plus fire rate. Then a radiation melee one, plus radiation damage on melee and plus 4% heavy attack efficiency. Interesting. We've also got it for Arcwing guns, because why not? This would be good for Profitaker. Plus radiation damage and plus 30% multi-shot. That's a must-run mod on Profitaker from going forward. You will want this one. If you farm Profitaker, this will help Profitaker for sure. And they even made an Arc Melee one, because yes, those do technically still exist. Critical Meltdown for Arc Melees, radiation damage, and 60% crit chance. Yikes. In our Murmur mods. Okay, so they have Smite Murmur in here. Smite Murmur is in the description, but it was not in the codex, so hopefully it's actually in-game. New Sevagoth Deluxe Bundle. Looks really good. I can quickly show that before the end of the video. Epitaph Deluxe scale with that too. Archon Shard. Okay, so here's the Archon Shard's new stats. How do you get this though? The process of coalescing fusion allows 2 Archon Shards to fuse together. Single Arc. Yeah, we already know that. Okay, so how do you do this? You need to get the blueprint. The Helminth Archon Shard set is earned for beating the Veilbreaker. So first beat the Veilbreaker quest, get some Archon Shards, and then the new Helminth Coalescent Segment is a blueprint earned from the Wares and Shiny Treasures vendor in the Sanctum. Okay, so it comes from the Syndicate. You're not going to have it on day 1, it looks like. And Stella, the new resource, is earned from Albrecht's Laboratories. Okay, so basically just beat the new quest. And grind rep is how you get that stuff. You can't just buy it, huh? Once you built it and claimed it your foundry, the Helminth Room in your orbiter can install it. That's too bad. So you're going to have to go and fuse the stuff back after you unlock all this. I'll unlock this stuff today and show you guys tomorrow, probably. Or show you on stream tonight. Okay, did they show where the Archon Tau Shard, is there RNG for it? 50 Stella for each fusion. Okay, so we have the stats for the, we do have the stats of the Purple Shard right here. So these are the new stats of the Purple Shard. So, alright, I'm going to read out the Purple Archon Shard stats for you right now, guys. First stat for the Archon Purple Shard. And of course, this will be increased for Tau Force as well. Increased ability damage on an enemy affected by electric status procs. That's already good for Volt. Next choice on the Purple Archon Shard. Increased primary electric damage. Gain an additional chunk of damage per Crimson, Azure, or Violet Archon Shard equipped. That's interesting. So a set bonus mod, or rather a set Archon Shard. The more Archon Shards you have for these colors, the more power you get. Interesting. The next choice is going to be increased melee critical damage. When energy max is above 500, the damage is doubled. What? What? Why would they do this? That doesn't sound necessary at all. My Korra already one-shots the Acolyte with 4-player health scaling with the wrong build. Okay, whatever. Hopefully Korra has over 500 energy. And the last choice for Purple Shards, health pickups give plus 20% energy. Energy pickups give plus 20% health. So it's a mini equilibrium. That can save you a mod slot in your build. Nice. The Green Archon Shard, 1 health per enemy killed, but with blast damage, maximum 300 extra health for 1 shard, so that's pretty decent, I guess. Regenerate 5 shields when you inflict a blast status. Increase secondary crit chance by 1% when you keep every time an enemy is killed by heat damage. Max 50%. So, and for a Tau Forge 75. So 75% crit chance from 1 shard slot. That's probably better on Mesa than whatever we have right now for overall crit. And the last choice for the green shards are increased, or sorry, this is the orange shard I'm reading right now. Gain increased ability damage on enemies affected by radiation stats. Here's the true green shard right here. They did not nerf them, surprisingly. The toxin damage increase. Toxin statuses deal plus 30% increased damage. Second choice, recover 2 health each time enemies are affected by a toxin status effect. So health regen, basically. Gain ability damage on enemies affected by corrosive stats. And the biggest one of them all, increases maximum corrosive stacks by plus 2. That means you can fully remove an enemy's armor with these properly stacked up, and you have enough corrosive procs on them. So that means Sarin Spores will fully remove enemy armor, blah, 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 blah. It's gonna be nasty, basically. Okay. General Archon Shard changes. I'm not seeing anything about the Tau Shard fusion here, but we'll figure that out tonight, I guess. Reduce the Archon Shard removal cost from 50 to 30% bile. Nice. Okay, hovering over the Archon Shard. Did they say anything else about bile in here? I thought they said they added more stuff to the bile options, but I'm not seeing it here right now. Yeah, well, we'll find out later. Arcane Disillusion. You can dissolve down your old Merciless and whatever and try to get new Arcanes out of it. Good luck with that. How to perform Arcane Disillusion. Okay, that'll be in the new area as well. Here's all the contents of the new packs. There is Arcane Energize in here, I believe. Actually, wait, Ostron Arcane. I'm not seeing Energize. Exodia. Oh. Do they really not have... Oh, Eidolon Arcanes. I was about to be like, what? Okay, here we go. Energize in the... Okay, so don't buy the Cetus Arcane one unless you need those. The Eidolon Arcane bundle has Energize, Grace, and all that stuff in it. Okay, cool. Good to know. New heavy attack system, Tennokai. With the auto melee mod equipped, you can do now a perfect heavy attack system with the Whispers Wall, and it is officially here. So basically, you can time your heavy attacks properly and get some heavy attack efficiency built in. There will be new mods for this. Enables Tennokai opportunities occur every 4 melee attacks at random. It's usually going to be random. This one gives you some more agency over that. Increase the opportunity chance by 50%, heavy attack heavy attack critical damage by 32%. So Dreamer's Wrath sounds pretty decent. Master's Edge increases Tennokai damage by 60%. That's pretty good too. This will be in the new Exilus slot for melees, by the way. Increases the status chance by 100% on Tennokai attacks. That could also be good for the big slash. Increases the opportunity window to 4 seconds and melee range by 3 meters for Tennokai attacks. Interesting. And the last one is a quest reward. They won't tell us what it does. Good to know. Melee upgrade segment. So there's melee Exilus mods. These are the mods that are melee Exilus. So parry, dispatch, override, focus defense, Guardian Derision, Electromagnetic Shielding, and Whirlwind. That's it? Okay, well, maybe there'll be new ones in the future, or you just throw the Tennokai mods in there. Melee Arcane slot. These will come from the new vendor, or a person in the market with Platinum, of course. Okay. Once you beat the Whispers Wall, you can buy these new Arcanes, apparently, in the market. That is not going to be available until you beat the quest. Here's the new Melee Arcanes. Let's see what these do. All right, what's going to be the most OP? Let's see. Melee Animosity. On melee hit, gain 42% critical chance on your next heavy attack, up to 420%. Oh, that's good. 420% melee crit chance on a heavy attack is nuts, because that should be doubled as well. Or maybe it's not. Melee Duplicate. This is a legendary. Okay, so this is a legendary one. This better be the best one, honestly. On base critical hits, 100% chance for your next attack to strike a second time. Okay, I'm already seeing that. Yep. Yellow critical hits by default are all critical hits and are not orange crits or super crits. What? Okay, so if you get a yellow crit, your next attack will do double damage. They're trying to incentivize you to mod for yellow crits, not red crits. Weird, but interesting. Double damage. It's basically not even double damage. It's double hits on melees if you do this properly. So, it should be interesting on certain weapons, you know, like on the Praetos or whatever. If you're not usually getting red crits on there, it's going to be very nice. Next one, Melee Retaliation. Gain 30% increased melee damage for every 200 current shields, up to 420%. Bonus halved for overshields. Okay, that's not a ton, but that's better than nothing. Melee Exposure on ability cast. Gain 60% increased corrosive damage on melee strikes for 25 seconds. Stacks up to 240. Dang! Okay, we're getting real power crept here. Basically built-in corrosive damage to 240%. We are getting really power crept, actually. Melee Influence. On melee electric status effect, 20% chance for elemental melee status effects to apply to enemies within 20 meters for 18 seconds. Cannot refresh while active. Dang! Okay, so if you're modding for a melee electric proc, this could be making it very AoE. 20 meter AoE on electric procs. Wow. Melee Fortification. On melee kill, plus 210 armor for 10 seconds. That one's pretty lame. And then the last two right here. Okay, this is another legendary. Melee Crescendo. This would be a good one. On finisher kill, gain 6 initial combo for the rest of the mission. Dang, that could be pretty good. That could definitely be pretty good. I'm not seeing any cap on this either. There's probably a cap on it. But, hey, 6 initial combo, 6 initial combo. Keep doing that. You should be at maximum combo forever if you do it enough finishers. So that one sounds interesting. Just I don't know if that has a cap. I don't see a cap right there. Melee Vortex. Killing an enemy affected by a magnetic proc has a chance to pull in enemies within an 18-meter radius. Oh, man, why can't magnetic proc just do that normally? Those all sound good. The legendary ones do sound very interesting. Okay, new player path improvements. We're not going to go over that stuff. Junction, blah, blah, blah. Saturn Junction, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you need to read this stuff, I'll link the patch notes, of course. Arc gun deployer, heavy arc wing gun changes. You will get some overguard for deploying your arc wing gun once every 60 seconds. It has a 60-second cooldown, so yeah. 2,000 overguard for deploying your arc wing gun. Should make the Profit Taker a lot easier. Arc gun damage resistance. Before we get into the stats, we added a 50% arc gun damage resistance to the Profit Taker. What? These weapons have had their damage buff. Oh, because they buffed the damage. This resistance will keep these fights the same difficulty as before. Okay. They are buffing arc wing guns. Awesome. Except for the Kuva Grappler, Mazlan, and Kuva Ianga have unique damage resistance values when using against the PT. These are just to keep damage output against the foes. The Corvus Prime's damage stats were untouched as we did not implement damage resistance to this weapon. That thing doesn't even work on the PT though. The Aura Worm also received a 50% DR reduction against the Imperator to buff this. Okay. Note these only apply to the Arc Gun Deployer. Okay, so let's see what got buffed here. Courage got buffed, double damage basically. Cool. I was hoping they buffed this stuff. They doubled the damage on the Courage. They massively increased the Singus's damage. Dualicurian got increased. Corvus got double damage. Corvus Prime didn't get double damage, it looks like. It got increased punch through though, so that's cool. The Fluctus got double damage. So all this stuff got double damage, it looks like. Kuva Grappler is a... Okay, they increased the Kuva Grappler by like 50%, not doubled though. Cool. Kuva Grappler's fun. Puncture damage. Okay, so yeah, just doubling the damage. They didn't buff the mods, looks like. Imperator Vandal got buffed. Kuva Ianga got buffed. Larkspur Prime got double damage. Cool. They buffed the crit stats? No, they didn't. How about the Mazalon? They increased the Mazalon by 50% as well. That's going to be juicy. Okay, cool. No buffs to the mods, looks like. Sanctum Supporter Bundle. Apparently the Signa is purchasable for 60 plat. The Signa that's in the bundle is apparently for 60 plat in-game. I don't know if that's actually intended. Yeah, you can just buy the Signa from the bundle. So the bundle does not seem worth buying at all. You get a Signa for 60 plat. Okay. I guess that's intended. The Supporter Bundle has that in there, and it's like 20 bucks. And there's also this bundle, too. What is the Necromite? The Necromite is a cooperative nature. Necromite can be... It's like a Orbiter. It's an Orbiter decoration. Okay, so you can just get this stuff in-game entirely for free. You don't have to buy that $20 bundle. Just to let you know. Alright, finishing up the patch notes, though. We're near the end of it. Yeah, this update's looking real good, though, guys. You definitely want to hop in. Okay, so Sanctum Supporter Bundle, if you want to buy that, you get some Platinum with it, too. You've got another bundle over here. That's a creepy-looking cliff, for sure. Okay, we got some new Twitch drops starting next... actually, starting on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. New graphics engine. Okay, so this stuff down here is not as important. You know, like, added some new Deviri Dojo decorations. There's only so much I can really talk about on that one. Changes enemy Void Rig Necromex. So you can basically kill Necromex a lot easier than before. Helminth changes. Okay, here we go. Added the following resources to the Bile secretions. So there's a bunch more options for Bile now in your ship for doing Helminth. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Because remember, Bile was viewed as in a negative, very negative way before. And this Corvex's Helminth nerfed, actually. Let's take a look. Looks like it's not a nerfed version, so that's cool. But as far as Bile, these are your new options for Bile. So Argus Stone is Bile. Wow, 350 Argus Stone for one click, though? That's a lot. 35 Hemocyte Chrysalids per click. Okay, Kalervo's Bane is 20 per click. These numbers are kind of high. Vein-Thorn, 40 Vein-Thorn for one click? What are these numbers, DE? How much Vein-Thorn do you think I have? The fishing resources. Okay, this could actually be the new best Bile farm right here, because split farming this, you can get thousands in, like, not that much time at all. So, good stuff on that Bile. Let's finish it up here, and I'm going to hop into the stream, and let's get farming, all right? Let's get all that new stuff figured out. Get those tome mods hopefully bought and not farmed for, because Mirror Defense sucks. All right, last couple things here. We have the new research for biotics. There's new stuff about biotics as well, and also the following other stuff, synthetics. So if you want to read that stuff, go for it. You can now recover permanent weekly Nightwave Axe. I don't like the way they do permanent weeklies, but whatever. General Nightwave changes. Mirage Eclipse changes. Okay, this should be good. Pinoa might be aware that the Eclipse is how temperamental can be. Okay. What did they change with it, though? To address this issue, the HUD icon for Eclipse will now continuously update to show an accurate... Okay. It's to be more accurate description of how much damage you're dealing with Eclipse. Got it. General changes, hovering over... Okay, so telling about exploding barrels. Narmer bounties are always available now, guys. So you don't have to wait for Narmer bounties to appear. The daily login bonus is capped at 3,000 days. Just to let you know that. Reduce the duration of magnetic procs on the player from 63 seconds. That's great. Contagious Bond now is only capped at 100 procs on the transfer of your heat proc because it was crashing the game. Okay. And yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be just little bug fixes here and there. So yeah, nothing, doesn't look like many nerfs in here. I haven't read every little line, but it looks like not many nerfs, if any, which is good. Zylock Prime did not get fully bug fixed. So yeah, that's basically going to be your patch notes though, guys. You just got tons of bug fixes down here. So yeah, this update's looking good. There's a lot of stuff to farm for. There's a new quest. This new frame is looking juicy. I mean, he's got some pretty good abilities already, so I'm excited to try out these new shards with him and stuff like that. So, I'm going over the new gun too. The what is it called? The Mondonel. Here's the Mondonel's stats. It's got 1,400 base damage, which is bigger than the how much damage the Mondonel does per shot. Obviously, it's more of a shotgun thing. So yeah, I'll see you guys on stream very soon. Appreciate all the support. Hope you guys found this patch note video helpful. Let me know what the most OP thing I read off today sounds like to you guys. I think it might be that new double melee hits arcane, but I guess we'll see once we get them all unlocked. Either way, see you soon, and take it easy, guys. Peace.